everyone, and welcome back to the Strike and Ellicott Files, an unofficial podcast dedicated to all things Strike and Robin, as written by Robert Galbraith, aka the endlessly talented J.K. Rowling. My name is Kenz.
I'm Lindsay.
And I'm Pulse.
And today we'll be continuing our reread of The Hallmarked Man, covering chapters 45 through 47, which takes us from Robin's interview of Sophia Medina's friend, Gretchen Schiff, to Strike and Robin discussing the case and the new pictures of the body in the vault. Please be aware, as always, that our discussion of The Hallmarked Man will often reference the ending of this book, as well as the previous books in the series. But before we get into the chapter, first we wanted to talk about an email that we just got while we were in the middle of recording, because we liked it.
Exciting.
I really like it.
So shout out to Paige for sending this in. You happened to catch us.
Great timing, Paige.
Excellent timing.
Wait, there was another thing. Someone commented a lovely comment, but said American women, meaning all three of us. And I'm Canadian. So I know we're all on the same continent of North America. Just want to clarify.
We're all North
Two
American.
Americans, one Canadian, three North Americans. Just,
Where was that?
Oh, yeah. It was that guy who was talking about how he was listening to the episode
Yes.
for
Oh
Troubled
my
Blood.
gosh,
about
I'm
the
so
penis.
sorry for that.
yes.
That was very funny.
Wow, that's what you focused on.
I don't even remember what the rest of it was about, to be honest.
You started listening and would listen in the car.
Oh, we shouted
and,
penis. Yeah. That's
yeah,
funny.
and someone was like, what?
I'm sorry. I'm listening to three strike-obsessed American women.
Strike obsessed, I'll take.
You got to emphasize those boots.
I could. Anyway, let's do the new email.
Yes. And the subject is Jane Eyre Strike Connections,
Love it.
which I already love it just reading that.
Yeah.
But she says, "Hey, gang, I love the podcast and want to share a few things I noticed when I recently reread Jane Eyre. So many connections. Rochester leans on Jane while injured. Strike leans on Robin while drunk. Rochester lost his hand and eye, while Strike lost his leg and almost his ear.
Yes.
Aw.
St. John's house is called Morehouse versus Ink Black Heart's Morehouse. There are a couple of Reddit threads that have a lot more. I also read that Jane Eyre is a retelling of the Cupid and Psyche myth, which blows my mind. So is Beauty and the Beast, but I digress.
So is Seeking Persephone, which I watched recently. It's terrible in a very funny way.
My big takeaway leads me to a sleep-tight Evangeline prediction. Both Matthew and Murphy are traditionally handsome and described the same way as St. John. I just finished Career of Evil and noticed that Matthew's middle name is John. I think it will be revealed that John is Murphy's middle name or his real name. Those beta fish, his real name.
They're beta
Second
fish?
identity? No, they're not beta fish, but
yeah, the other fish. Yeah.
the other fish.
Just going off of what you wrote, those beta fish Johns that keep dying are Robin's St. Johns that look perfect for her on paper, but just ain't it.
Yes.
She's
love
going to
this.
tell Murphy no when he proposes, but he won't accept it and keep asking her.
Mhm.
St. John tells Jane that it's God's plan for them to be together, and I think Murphy will have a similarly vindictive / out of touch reason to deny her obvious lack of feelings for him.
But you know what saves Jane from saying yes to Murphy? Hearing Strike calling her cross. Or
You
Jane
mean-
Rochester. Yeah.
I get it. Yeah. I like this because we have been a little confused about the Johns,
Yeah.
right? And the
Mhm.
fish. Oh my gosh. That'd be so
Love
much
that.
fun. All right. Let's jump into chapter 45.
In this chapter, Robin interviews Gretchen Schiff.
And the epigraph reads, slow, slow, and softly where she stood, she sinks upon the ground. Her hood had fallen back, her arms outspread still hold her lover's hands. Her head is bowed, half buried on the bed. And that is from Tristram and Isolde by Matthew Arnold.
This epigraph feels like it's speaking to that moment when we find out from Gretchen at the very end of this chapter that Oz has compromising pictures of both her and Sophia, and then she breaks down.
I think it paints a picture of Gretchen's feelings of guilt in this chapter. She's sinking into the ground. Her hood has fallen back because she's exposed and vulnerable. Her head is bowed in shame.
It does very much fit the visual. I think some background on this poem might be interesting. This is Matthew Arnold's version of the Tristan and Isolde story. In it, a Cornish knight is escorting an Irish princess to marry his uncle, but they drink a love potion and begin an illicit affair. Tristram has to flee when his uncle learns of their affair. He eventually marries another woman, also named Isolde, and has children with her, but he never falls out of love with the Irish Isolde. And they aren't reunited until he lays dying in the forest, and she comes to him to share one last kiss and then die with him.
That sounds like
the epigraphs from
Evangeline.
this bit. Yeah.
It's very similar to Evangeline.
I just think the star-crossed lovers theme is pretty apt for this whole book.
Yeah.
And then Tristram being a Cornish knight suggested some parallels because he too has dated what was basically a different version of the woman he loves, Madeline. He too has had a scare about fathering children with someone else. And Robin is basically guilty of an emotional affair with him, you know, even though she refuses to actually physically cheat. I just thought that there were some interesting parallels there in the story.
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. I'm just imagining her defending herself to Marie. I didn't physically cheat.
I didn't physically cheat. I've just been in love with him the whole time. That's all.
Jeez.
But yeah, in terms of the relevance to the chapter, though, I do think there's a bit of a parallel between Isolde and Sophia because Sophia ends up dying because of her love. Griff was not the knight she believed him to be. It was a false love, just like a love potion can cause. But yeah, Gretchen definitely fits the image of Isolde in this passage.
The chapter opens with Robin using the strike S strategy of avoiding dealing with her feelings about her personal life by working on case stuff, this time with Sophia Medina's roommate, Gretchen.
I was just trying to think about what I do to avoid painful personal feelings, and I don't think I do. I think I ruminate for hours and hours and days, which is probably equally as unhealthy.
Well, I mean, it's healthier than like a drug addiction. On the scale of avoiding feelings. So
okay,
maybe less healthy than like channeling painful feelings into exercise to make them go away. It's somewhere in the middle.
Good for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Robin is on high alert on the way to the pub. I guess the last time she was going to an interview, she was attacked before the Albie interview, right? So kind of makes sense.
And I bet it's harder to do counter surveillance in the rain.
Yeah, can't see as well.
You know what she should do? She should get an umbrella that has little mirrors sewn to the inside rim so that she can like tilt it and look behind her and around her. That is such a brilliant idea. Like a little surveillance umbrella, like James Bond.
Very subtle.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's so
very not conspicuous.
She's being sarcastic.
It's not. It's on the inside rim. No one else can see it.
Everyone can see the underneath part of an umbrella.
Can they?
Yeah.
Not exactly going to have the element of surprise.
Could it blend with, what if we made the entire umbrella out of mirrors and made it like a fashion choice? And then they don't even know that it's also for surveillance.
No, and then Robin's just so easy to follow because you just follow the giant light that's reflecting.
And she may or may not accidentally end up lighting things on fire.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Fine. You don't see the vision. That's fine.
While Robin is in the pub, it talks about her seeing this picture of Rokeby. Judging by the description of the picture with Rokeby in it, Strike definitely did not get his chest hair from his father. That's for sure.
Are you saying that because it says bare chest?
Yes.
Yeah, I was wondering. So bare meaning shaved bare or no shirt?
No, I think it just means no shirt.
Surely Robin would have mentioned a hairy chest, however.
I think that she would have mentioned it.
I
took that to mean hairless.
I took it to mean shirtless.
I took it to mean shirtless as well, but I do think that if he had been particularly hairy, I think Robin's internal monologue would have noted it.
In that case, we can thank Uncle Ted.
Well, I think we can definitely thank Uncle Ted for quite a bit. Yes.
I really, really hope that Robin meets Rokeby sometime soon. It still makes me sad that Robin never got to meet Ted and Joan.
I know.
Plus, this
So
isn't
sad.
even the first time that we've seen Robin walk into a pub and see Rokeby's picture, is it? Like, she's got to see her future father-in-law in the flesh. She's got to.
I agree. It's
Yeah.
always felt like a big, I don't know, just like a hole in their relationship. He's met her parents. She never got to meet Ted or Joan. I agree that this has to happen. I think Rokeby's going to want to meet her too.
Yes.
Obviously, he already knows. I feel like Rokeby can appreciate the tea for some reason. You know,
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
he totally wants Prudence to tell him all about it. And obviously she has.
Yep.
So I think he's going to want to meet her. I would love to see him push a meeting the way Polwarth did. But this time she's going to like the guy.
Mhm.
I could actually see Strike asking her to go with him to like a Rokeby family thing as part of his open pursuit, you know, being
Mhm.
honest about the fact he just wants to be around her, that he'd feel better if she was there with him. And it would also kind of counter her thought from this book that he'd never invited her to Lucy's for dinner.
Yeah. Could it be a fancy event where there's dancing so that we can
God,
get them
yes,
dancing?
Please, yes, please.
Slow
I know.
dancing.
Yes.
Dressed up and sexy.
I just want all of it. But yeah, Robin, she's always noticing when Rugby's on the wall. Her eye's always drawn to him. It's her natural curiosity mixed with her obsession with Strike.
At least this time she didn't catch herself staring at his crotch. That was like a peak Robin Rugby picture moment. I will never forget.
Let's jump right into this interview. We meet Gretchen and her boyfriend Max.
Max's vibes are not good.
No?
I get that he's trying to protect his girlfriend, and that's great, but his physical description makes him sound like an incel.
Ouch.
What does it say?
It says something about
He's
like
tall
his hair.
and stringy with long hair and a bun.
I was imagining hipster.
I was imagining an ex-boyfriend.
I'm just imagining, I know it doesn't mention it specifically, but I bet that he has facial hair that grows in real patchy.
It did say he had a goatee. I was picturing hipster though too.
I think he's being protective because he doesn't want her to get killed, right?
Yeah.
Possibly. I think his motivations were much more about protecting her reputation, making sure those photographs of her don't get out because of what future employers might think, keeping her out of anything that might end up in legal troubles.
It's not bad, is it?
Yeah, no, that's not bad. Like, it's not a bad thing. I think that's his primary concern, probably because he doesn't think she's in danger of being murdered.
Is she not in danger of being murdered if she talked about Griff's? She knew about him.
I don't know whether it's ever mentioned that they're worried for her safety.
I got the impression that they were scared to talk for both reasons.
Oh.
I can see him being protective for both reasons. This is a very difficult situation for her.
Yeah. It is.
I don't know if you guys noticed this, but I like after putting in the German that's used in this interview through Google Translate that Robin's inferences about what Max is telling Gretchen are actually pretty accurate.
Yeah, it's fun. I like when Robin answers him in English as if, she perfectly understands him, and it kind of throws him off a little bit.
This is the first time we've heard of Robin studying a second language, I think.
Yeah.
I wonder why she chose German. I was wondering if maybe it was connected to Freud, because Freud was Austrian, so official language is German. We know Robin was interested in psychology. Is there any chance she picked German because there's a lot of important early work in the field that would have been written in German in the original?
Maybe.
If Freud does come up in Sleep Tight Evangeline, it would be interesting if we got to see Robin showing off a bit of German, just because it'd be a fun reversal to how it usually is with Strike translating the Latin.
Trying to think how much my 3 years in Spanish would pay off in this situation.
Yeah.
I don't think it really would.
No.
Getting into the burglary that Sophia is connected to, Gretchen's clumsy sip of beer is an immediate tell that she knows something about the dark, curly-haired man. And I feel like there's a number of people in these books who tend towards this when they're nervous or guilty, though that could just be a general people thing.
Once you see it, that J.K. Rowling uses this to indicate lying, it's hard to unsee it. Unless, of course, you're reading it for the first time and can't pay attention to anything because you're so stressed.
Can I say, I love the little thrill of excitement Robin felt when she saw the tell and knew exactly what it meant. Because that's just about the only thrill she gets this book that is uncomplicated by guilt. Also, because it's another sign she's a fully fledged detective now. She notices the exact same things and draws the same conclusions as Strike would.
Yeah.
It would be amusing to me if Robin, at some point in Sleep Tight, takes a clumsy sip of something to hide a lie about Strike and Murphy. Like, no, of course I'm not in love with Strike, immediately sips her drink. I want Murphy to see it and be like, oh, liar.
Max trying to answer for Gretchen makes me think of those career of evil connections that people have been mentioning, because it brings to mind Tempest answering for Jason while Robin and Strike are interviewing them.
Oh, it's way less annoying than Tempest, though.
Yeah, Tempest was.
Don't remind me of Tempest.
Tempest was.
She was the worst.
Getting to see Robin switch tactics and play these two the same way that Strike did with Zach in the previous chapter is so rewarding to read.
Oh, yeah, it's just a little bit more sad because I feel more bad for her.
Yeah.
This tactic, switching up mid-interview, it works so well for Robin because no one sees the bad cop coming. She's so good at looking friendly and being empathetic, making people comfortable. When she switches it up, it's a surprise. They're not prepared.
Yeah.
Whereas Strike, I feel like anyone he's interviewing would start out feeling like he has the potential to be bad cop at any second. There is a base level intimidating there where they're bracing for it.
Why was I going to say that? It sounds sexy, though.
It is sexy, yes. But Robin switching it up like this, also fantastic.
Yeah. I want to see her in more bad cop, like in less sympathetic roles. I think that she likes doing it more than she would admit to.
Maybe she can interrogate some people with Wardle and he can be the good cop.
Well, I would really like for Strike to see her, and because has he ever been in an interview with her where she takes on this kind of
doubt it, but I want to see it.
I just think he would find it very attractive.
He would find it deeply sexy.
Yeah.
I am very certain.
What if he told her to? Like, that was
hot.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, wow.
She would die. Oh my gosh, she would die.
And it would mean so much more coming from Strike in a specific interrogation than like Murphy's stupid, I'm missing my son, my hot lady detective.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
It's because it's specifically about her interrogation tactics.
Yeah.
And how those specifically are sexy.
It's clear from the strong reaction that these two have that they know who this curly-haired man is. They have information. It does make me feel a little bad that Robin had to scare her with the police because she's already scared enough, but not bad enough that I wish Robin hadn't done it.
This whole story about Sophia that Gretchen tells is just heartbreaking. And honestly, so is finding out the story about Sophia and Gretchen doing those pictures too. It just makes me think of Margot and Una in Troubled Blood. It's not quite the same, but sort of similar.
You mean them being like the bunny girls?
Yeah.
I have to say, though, I would be so mad if I was Gretchen and my roommate was bringing random men from OnlyFans over.
Oh my God. I would be furious.
Yeah. I mean,
I
like,
would lose it.
Freaking out furious.
Yeah. And it's not just when they're there. That's the danger. Because then you have to comb the apartment for hidden cameras. I would be so paranoid. I would never have a moment's peace.
And also now they know where you live.
Yeah. And now they know where you live.
It's such a dangerous thing to do.
Yeah.
And okay, yes, I feel bad for her. But I remember how angry I was at Douthwaite, right? For running away because he was too afraid to give the police evidence in a murder. This is tricky. There's a lot of complicated feelings because I understand, this is a big problem in the world with people exploiting women and blackmailing them with photos. But it is a murder of a young girl and your friend.
Yeah. Sophia is a victim, but there are nuances here. I was just thinking when Gretchen said that she was drunk and that Oz had offered Sophia money for pictures for the two of them. And Gretchen said, I was drunk. That's why I did it. I can't help thinking that Sophia got her drunk on purpose, right? So that she'd be more persuadable.
She had questionable
decision-making skills.
Yes.
And I think that a lot of what we learn about Sophia, and this doesn't take away from the fact that she was a victim. It doesn't at all, because she was a horrific victim. She didn't deserve that. But it demonstrates why male-centered women can be dangerous to everyone around them, to the other women around them. And why being male-centered is when a woman's first priority is validation and attention from men, where she sources her worth as a person, that woman will jettison anything else to please him, like her morals, her safety, other people's safety, throw women under the bus, be really willfully blind to horrific shit. And it happens all the time. So that doesn't mean Sophia deserved to die or to be victimized by men in the slightest. Absolutely not.
No, I know you're not saying that, of course. Yeah.
But I do think she got Gretchen drunk on purpose because Oz wanted pictures and she wanted to please Oz. So she made Gretchen a victim too. She bears responsibility for that. Also, did you catch a little bit where she showed Gretchen's boyfriend all of her sex toys for her OnlyFans on his first visit to their apartment?
Again, very questionable.
That's gross.
And again, bringing men to their apartment without any thought to her safety, Gretchen's safety, what Gretchen is comfortable with, any of that is just so...
It's dangerous.
It's so dangerous.
Thoughtless.
Yes, thoughtless.
Yeah.
Both things can obviously be true. She did not deserve to die. It's horrible. No. It's sad. But her decisions were putting her more at risk and putting Gretchen at risk.
And while I'm talking about these male-centered women, Kim.
Yeah.
Another example of this shit, by the way.
I was just going to say that. It sounds like Kim in a less dangerous way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's fair to talk about.
Yeah, I do.
Sometimes people react to these kinds of things, but we should be aware, especially in situations where your life is at risk, and having random men come over is a danger to Gretchen. And it was clearly a danger to Sophia.
Robin says something here towards the end that really stuck with me. You'd rather Sophia's killer got away with it, would you? Said Robin in a low voice.
Ouch.
You'd rather this man stays free to murder other girls? Or do you really think Sophia got what she deserved for being silly and liking ruby necklaces?
I think Robin knows that's not what she's saying. Right? Obviously, she was extremely reckless in everything that she was engaging in. I want to shake her warn her about the dangers that she's putting
Yes.
herself in.
I think there's a difference between victim blaming, which I don't think Robin is saying this.
Robin is saying this to pull at her emotions, right? To get her to respond.
Yes.
I know that Robin doesn't actually think this. Robin fully understands why Gretchen is talking about this.
Yeah. And why she's afraid to speak up.
It's probably hard for Gretchen to say because she doesn't want to feel like she's blaming her friend. But at the same
No.
time, she has to explain why she's afraid herself and what she has to face now. In order to tell the truth, she has to talk about these pictures and then point to the man who she knows likely killed her and worry that that will happen to her.
Yeah.
So I feel for Gretchen way more than Douthwaite.
Oh, God, yes.
Yeah.
Some people will say that that's victim blaming, right?
Right.
That's the kind of reaction you get when you say this. You're victim
Right.
blaming. You can't say that.
Yes. Guess
But
what?
the thing is,
I can say whatever I want.
well, you absolutely can. I think that there's a difference between victim blaming
Mhm.
and being aware of the reality of the world we live in and trying to teach young women how to survive that reality the best we can.
Yeah. Which is, I think, what Joe is doing with this.
Yeah. And I don't think that that second part is mutually exclusive with trying to change that reality. Like try to
Right.
change and try to survive, you know?
Yeah.
There's no way to be 100% safe from male violence as a woman.
Mhm.
And the fault lies with the man who decides to commit that violence, always, not his victims. But at the same time, there are actions that leave women more vulnerable in specific situations that open them up to vulnerability. And why not minimize risk where possible while also trying to change the world, right?
I mean, you can't change it if you can't survive
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. You can't
Yeah.
change it if you're dead. I'm pretty close to declaring that crying victim blaming to any piece of advice that decreases a woman's risk of exposure to male violence is actually like a deliberate strategy to serve vulnerable women up on a platter to violent men. Sorry, call me, conspiracy theorist, but I feel like that immediate shutdown of your victim blaming is just a way to keep women more vulnerable.
I feel like
I might get people mad at me with that.
I don't know if I would agree with it. I
No.
would say that it's just, we live in this world where people are so afraid to offend somebody or say the wrong thing that it's made people more stupid. There's just this mindset of never wanting to offend anyone. So if you say, this girl who was abducted was looking down at her phone, let's make sure that we're not doing that. That's, we can't say that because that poor girl, it's not her fault. Well, that's not what we're saying.
No.
It's a really interesting chapter with all of this kind of stuff in the background and,
So much
and
stuff
complications.
playing around.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Poor Sophia, that was the life
Yeah.
that she had, that she thought that that's what she had to do.
Yeah. It's a minor detail, but I always love when Joe ends a chapter with either Strike or Robin saying something and having that be how it ends.
Yeah, like a badass line.
Yeah, exactly. It's almost
Yeah,
always
I
something
think-
really good.
Getting a lawyer is a good
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah. I hope she doesn't get into too much trouble because as we've gone through this chapter, and now I've gained way more sympathy for her than I had for Douthwaite.
I don't think she'll get into too much trouble.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Chapter 46.
In this chapter, Strike and Robin discuss what Robin learned from the interview, and Kim brings pictures of the vault body. The epigraph, and like the cloudy shadows across the country blown, we two fare on forever, but not we two alone. And that is from 42, The Merry Guide from a Shropshire Lad by A.E. Housman.
I feel like, but not we two alone is totally a reference to Kim butting her stupid head in on their meeting.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So rude. Just leave them alone,
I
Kim.
thought you were going to say die. I
Well,
could
yeah.
I could see
I
your
mean-
mouth. It looked like a D word was coming out. Just
die.
die.
Just die.
The Freudian slip there.
Yeah.
I think it's really the poems about Strike and Robin always going on together with their work and their partnership, and then
Yeah.
other people showing up at very
Yeah.
inconvenient times.
Barkley, looking at you.
Lincoln Barkley,
Yep.
the OG,
The OG interrupter.
Yeah.
Yep.
But in the poem, the speaker and his guide are accompanied by death. And Strike and Robin, they always have the dead hanging over them, or people that we wish were dead.
You do wish that she was dead. I see.
Super do.
And Kim is like the death of this happy
God.
meeting.
Right? She's the death of a lot of happiness in this book.
Getting into the chapter, though, I swear half the fun of having Robin do interviews by herself is getting to hear Strike tell her just how well she did afterwards.
If he really wants to butter her up, he just needs to compliment her work a lot. He's
Right.
not lying, and she loves it so much.
I do feel like 60% of his open pursuit, it's just going to be compliments. Compliments on everything. Like every
Yeah.
single time he thinks, wow, she's amazing, he'll just open his mouth and say it rather than keeping it an inside thought.
Oh, I'm giddy at the thought.
It's 100% going to work. That's the literal best strategy he could pursue.
That along with convincing her
Yeah.
that he does want things, that he's serious, and also maybe some actual
Touchy.
flirting. Hopefully Murphy's out of the picture and he can
Fingers
be a little
crossed.
flirty.
I feel like compliments, they instantly make her so happy.
Compliments along with maintaining the eye contact and maybe a little flirty
Yeah.
smile.
Good stuff.
We don't think about this that
Mm-mm.
much.
I've been thinking
No.
about their wedding again for like the past 2 nights.
Nice.
Let me listen to his speech in my head. It made me tear up, the one I composed
my
in my head
gosh.
last night. Yeah. Because I was thinking about him tearing up.
That
And I
is
think
so
about
you.
Robin definitely sobbing.
That is so you,
Yeah,
making yourself cry
I did.
from your own thoughts.
All the time.
All right, so we get this line where Strike thinks about what Robin is wearing. This green knitted dress, black boots. He thinks that she looks good, but he's not going to tell her. He's going to save that for their romantic
Why?
Lake District Hotel.
Poor Kay.
Why, Strike? Why would you save it? Say it.
He thinks it's best to maintain strict professionalism. He thinks wrong.
Wrong.
Very wrong.
Yes.
She would have spiraled after the bracelet and all the butterflies that are happening if he had told her she looked good. Oh.
Why on earth would he decide to follow the strict professionalism until it's the exact right moment to declare my full love? Has he never heard of laying the groundwork? What is this man thinking?
He is with the bracelet and with the hotel and everything. He is laying lots of groundwork.
A bit more like day-to-day stuff, not just big gestures.
I feel like maybe he worries about it being
Making
too
her
much or
uncomfortable.
making her uncomfortable, like with the face-to-face stuff.
I don't know. It feels to me like he's still compartmentalizing without even realizing that he's doing it. Like he decided on the romantic location in the moment. So now that's where everything romantic's going to go.
I would just counter that with all of the other things that he's done,
It's
like
true.
trying to bring up Charlotte, the bracelet. I think that what he's thinking is that he now has a plan
Yes.
that is coming up really soon. You just want it, but
I just want it.
I get what he's thinking.
I wish we'd gotten to see it because the man was going to lay on the charm.
We're gonna get it.
It makes it even more insane because later on in the book, he does tell her she looks good, but only because he thinks she's already engaged and he lost his chance. So what does it matter anymore? I can't connect the two in my head to make them make sense, but I guess there's some logic there.
I think because here, if he's telling her she looks good, along with the other things that he's done, Charlotte, the bracelet, trying to bring it up, booking the hotel, she's gonna take that as an advance.
Yes. Okay.
Which it is. And
Yeah.
he's nervous about doing it now when he has something coming. It's like don't be too much.
Yes.
But then later it's like, well, she
If
won't.
she's off limits, then it's just a friendly compliment.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense to me.
The line that says that Strike is wearing his only remaining suit that fits him, I think we're finally going to see more of those kinds of thoughts from Robin as well. And maybe she will be the one to surprise us and repay the compliment or give it in the first place.
Can you imagine how cute Strike's reaction would be if she complimented him like this?
You know what? The funny thing is we see Kim do it, right?
Yeah.
You clean up nice or something.
Yeah.
Like
And he doesn't give a shit.
And then we've seen Abigail, you're kind of sexy. Who else? I mean, I'm sure we've seen others, but
yeah,
he doesn't really have any reactions to that except for annoyance with Kim. If Robin said it
would be so much more.
I know.
He would be so cheerful. But my question about the suit is, so is this the fancy Italian suit then? Or is that suit now too big?
I think it's too big.
It's too big. I think this man needs a new designer suit for his upcoming open pursuit. Prudence, we need your help and your money.
Your help and your money.
Get this man a suit.
Well, hear me out. What if Rokeby could get him a suit for his birthday or something?
I want Strike to suck up his pride and just accept that gift so that he can look
100%.
amazing.
And that will be his thought process too.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I shouldn't. But Robin might like it.
Actually, I'd really like for that to be part of Rokby's pitch. I know you're not going to want to accept this, but
If a man is chasing a woman, he needs to look good.
he could also just start working shirtless.
I mean, that too.
I think we'd all be fine with that.
All right, so should we go to Oz and Sophia clearing out
Ooh.
William Wright Tyler's room?
I hate for Robin, though, that she can't enjoy this victory of hers from the interview from the previous chapter in a straightforward way because of stupid Murphy.
Fucking guy.
He ruins everything.
It's his law.
Well, that's true. Literally, which is why
Yeah.
his name Murphy.
They call it Ryan's law.
Ryan's Law.
Fucking
Yeah,
ruin
yeah.
everything.
Even in the next set of chapters, when I was doing it, I'm getting so frustrated with her constantly thinking about this. And also, I kept waiting for it to really happen, to blow up in her face. You know, she's so anxious here that Murphy's going to find out where the police got the information. Does it happen? Does it blow up the way that I was expecting it to? I kept hoping that this would lead to a fight that would be the breakup fight.
I hoped every single interaction they had would be the fight.
Well,
of it.
same. I was like, babies, house, case. It's going to happen.
Yeah, and all of those things lead to like this book just feeling like a giant ticking time bomb that's about to go
does.
off the entire time.
But it doesn't go off until the very last chapter. And that is literally set up as the bomb.
Yeah, we need to see the aftermath
I
of the
can't
bomb.
wait.
We need to see how far the explosion
Extends.
hits.
It's gonna be
yeah.
it's gonna be so messy.
I was thinking about this yesterday, you guys.
Yeah.
I am still really loving my idea about Ryan trying to kiss her at the Ritz in the beginning and her backing away because it would be such a parallel in an opening
so
chapter
good.
at the Ritz for someone to try to kiss her and for her to back out, this time actually with a face of disgust because she realizes I don't love him. I don't know. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it.
I'm feeling it too. You're asking about,
Oh, yeah.
did they
I would-
ever have
yeah.
a fight about this?
Yeah.
So they do have a fight over the phone when Murphy finds out that Kim got photos of the body, and Robin hangs up on him
Good for
in
her.
anger, which was so promising.
Yeah.
But that's right before she meets Valentine and gets that knife thrown at her by the Gorilla Mask guy. And she's so shaken up, we don't get resolution. And then next thing we know, they've had an offer accepted on a house.
That's really interesting, though, because the same thing happened with Linda, where their fight is interrupted and it never gets resolved.
Yeah. So I think we're in for a lot of
We are in for some
resolutions.
resolutions.
And then there's another, he sort of confronts her about the agency knowing that it wasn't Knowles in like chapter 75.
How dare
they
you know
don't
something?
fight. They don't fight because he's buttering her up for the talk about having kids.
It's almost as if like Joe was doing this on purpose.
Yeah.
To
Amazing.
make
Like,
us feel
It's
like
crazy.
Ken's what you just said. It's going to explode,
mhm.
but doesn't.
Strikes right on the money, though, about the weights. And I love when he's really spot on about stuff like early on in the book like this, that Sophia and Griffiths were trying to take away from William Wright's flat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even though Strike comes up short of an explanation here, we know now it's because they had the Wolves football logo on them, so they were identifiable.
Is it okay for me to laugh at Oz for not being able to carry the weights downstairs and dropping them?
I think so.
Yeah.
Because how
I love
heavy were
that.
they?
They couldn't have been that heavy.
I
It was
know.
like a
That
set
heavy
of
for
like
a
the
dude.
dumbbells.
Yeah.
I could carry, well, I mean, maybe not the whole set at once,
Right.
but take a couple trips. It'd actually be a bit of a workout while I'm committing my crime, which is
There you go.
nice.
It's always nice to get two tasks at once.
Get
you know?
arm day in while you're committing crime.
This is where I'd fail though, because I'd be logging it on my exercise watch.
I'm gamifying my crime.
Uh-oh, proof of crime.
Oh no.
Oops. So I will laugh at Oz.
Yes.
You can't even manage it.
I have full confidence in myself that I could do it and not drop them.
Yeah.
Not
I
all
too.
at once. You know what? That's
Yeah.
probably what happened. He's like, I'm a big tough man. I can carry this
all
all
the weights. I'm so
right?
strong.
I
Mhm.
got this. And
Yeah.
then he was humbled.
Frankly, if one of us couldn't lift, we'd figure out a smart way to do it.
When they go through new information on their 4 William Wright possibilities, there's some disturbing things about Brandfoot.
The story about Brandfoot having to step down from being an MP due to the incident with the young male intern feels like a pretty solid parallel to Lethal White with the storyline with Sir Christopher Barraclough Burns and Amir. I even got some shades of Geraint Wynne, too, with the involvement in charity work.
Ew, I bet they were friends.
probably.
Ew, they so were. They were probably
birds
part
of
of
a
some
feather.
creepy club.
I know.
I was thinking about Brandfoot's name, and I'm like, is he related to Bigfoot? What is this name? Have I looked this up
Please-
before? And I'm
please
like, Bran is
don't.
that disgusting, boring cereal.
Yeah, but I don't want an association with Bigfoot.
The distant cousin.
Not my guy.
It's his distant American cousin, you know? But yeah, I was like, what is Branfoot? But it's like that gross cereal.
So Bran doesn't have any. So he's like a wheat foot. Is it made of wheat?
Foot.
Is he made of wheat? Like Wicker, but terrible?
Stop.
We're going to have to do Wicker for a partners chat, right?
Yeah.
Like, we're doing Wicker. We're all very excited.
Can
for
I just
Wicker.
say for the record, I had no idea what this movie was. And you two were talking about it. And I was like,
Yeah.
what are you guys talking about? They sent me the trailer. And I was like, literally, what did I just watch?
Well, I mean,
The splinters alone.
it's magic.
It is magic.
Gets rid of the splinters. It's just smooth.
I just,
You know? Lacquer.
I had no idea that this was a thing that was happening and was
Yeah.
in the world. And I'm just shocked.
But yeah, so apparently the bran is the outer layers of the grain of cereals, such as wheat, removed during the process of milling and used as a source of dietary fiber.
Oh,
So
no.
it's like the shitty, horrible part of food, but you take
On a
it and you
foot.
make cereal out of it? What is wrong with why would you first of all, why I knew bran was disgusting, and now I know that this is why would you eat that?
Now it's
It's
doubly
difficult
disgusting.
to digest due to its high fiber content. Yeah, no shit. We're not meant to eat it. Okay, so bran gives me a similar feeling of outrage as Branfoot.
Okay, but so then there's the foot part. So it's awful with feet,
Awful, inedible,
foot.
and also he's a foot.
I'm sorry to anyone listening whose actual name is Branfoot.
Also, learning about Branfoot's interest in troubled young men is especially gross after reading his comments about bringing back Borstles in a previous chapter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we should start calling this guy Branfoot the groomer, like we did with Tim Ashcroft the pedophile back when
Oh,
we did Ink Black
yeah.
Heart.
I forgot we did that.
All right, so next Kim arrives with pictures of the body from the vault, and all I can think yet again is, somebody put a fucking bell on this woman.
She's carrying a folded chair with her already when she knocks
I
on the
know.
door. The audacity of her to just assume she's going to be having a cozy little sit down with Strike to come with her chair. At least she didn't think she could help herself to Robin's chair.
Oh,
Can you imagine her sitting down in
Can you imagine Robin
Robin's
walking
chair?
in?
Holy
Absolutely not.
shit. You know what? The book could have been much worse. Robin could have walked into on that.
That's true.
Let's be thankful that that did not happen.
Mhm.
ooh, would have sent
Oh
her
my God.
spiraling.
And Kim would have rolled that chair right on over.
Oh, yeah.
She would have been extra annoying about
I'm
it.
enraged just thinking about something that did not happen in the book.
We've done that with Matthew
not
so many
happen.
times.
Yeah.
I love for Robin that Strike's tone when he says, "What?" is as unwelcoming as Robin could have wished.
Strike was perfectly aware of what Kim was doing this whole time. He did not give her a single crumb of encouragement. That was smart of him. That was
Mhm.
wise. It was the only thing that kept Robin from spiraling even further than she
Yep.
already did.
I mean, she gets
Mhm.
pretty mad, but yeah.
Yeah.
What enrages me is that she looks at Robin and says, "Oh, sorry. I didn't think you were in this morning, Robin." The correct response would have been, "Oh, good. You're both here."
Yeah.
Could she be any more obvious about the fact that she clearly deliberately chose this morning so that she could catch Strike alone? The disrespect is infuriating.
It's kind of funny that Kim has pictures of the body, the dead body, when she's trying to explain to Strike in the last chapter why she almost sent him pictures of her body.
That is hilarious.
Kim comes with the body pics,
Yeah.
and they're both nude.
It's pretty embarrassing, though, when crime scene photos of a mangled corpse are a more welcome sight than your nudes.
So much more welcome.
Stop kicking her dignity. It's already dead.
All right, chapter 47.
In this chapter, Strike, Robin, and Kim review pictures of the vault body.
And the epigraph, "And destiny, her course pursuing straight, has struck men's ship against a reef unseen." The Agamemnon of Aeschylus by Robert Browning.
I think the reef in this case is the knowledge that Bijou's being followed by Farah Navabi.
They were fast approaching their journey to the lakes and Strike declaring his love, and that was their destiny, and then it was sunk by Bijou and her stupid baby, and we're left to drown.
Stupid baby.
So getting into the chapter, the pure disdain that we get from Robin towards Kim is just glorious. What a great way to start off a chapter.
It really helps us as readers because
It does.
We feel it.
I love when it says it wasn't just that Kim was about to outshine her, though it was definitely partly that. Kim's offhand tone when speaking to Robin and the broad smile she saved for Strike wrinkled.
I love when she's jealous.
Yes.
When Kim says that she's been working on this guy for weeks and finally got pictures, I almost feel like it's a lie. I have no proof, but after the argument with Midge and Strike not taking any of her bait, I feel like she's hanging on to this for a rainy day when she can win his affection back. Affection might be too strong, but you know,
she never had it in the first place.
Just get some brownie points.
But in her mind.
Oh, yeah. I am certain she was at least waiting for a time she could catch him alone.
Yeah, I don't think she got it and then instantly went to him. I think she was like, how can I use this?
Yeah, be strategic about it. There's also a mention of Kim handing the entire lot of crime scene pictures to Strike and not Robin. And I feel like we've not seen Robin expressing professional jealousy or insecurity in a long time.
Yeah, it has been a while because she stopped really worrying that he doesn't think she's good enough. Yeah. But I think it has to be mixed with Kim clearly flirting, her worry that Strike might be impressed with her work and maybe it'll soften him towards her personally.
I didn't think she was that worried about Strike's reaction, really. I think she just really, really, really hates Kim. And it's
very possible, yeah.
It's so infuriating to see someone you loathe look better than you and also be disrespectful. Just on principle. Just on principle, it's infuriating. And then, you know, there's a healthy dose of that visceral, that is my man you got your hands near.
There's just that bit coming up in a few chapters where she thinks that maybe she'll find out in another year that he did sleep with her. So I think there's a tiny bit of worry that this is going to impress him or whatever.
I wish Robin would express some of that frustration sometimes rather than letting her resentment burn hotter because, come on, girl, be ruder. Kim needs to cut that shit out.
This could be where Robin could learn from Midge.
Amen. Yes, Midge has lessons to teach. She does, especially when Kim interrupts Robin and talks over her.
Yeah.
She tried that with Midge, and Midge called her out there.
Before we see any of the actual pictures, like you said, Kens, Kim gives them all to Strike. But Strike, he makes sure to hand them right over to Robin. As soon as he looks, it's obvious, of course, he would do that. But just the way it said he passed it to his partner, it feels like a reminder that he'd never think the way that Kim is thinking.
Man, Griff's is one sick dude. These crime scene pictures, the description of them is just so gruesome to read about. And knowing that that's Tyler underneath all of that mutilation just makes it even worse.
It's a pretty brutal description. For some reason, the part that says blood coated his mouth like lipstick applied by a drunk is the worst. It's just such a vivid image that I instantly see. Don't really want to, but
now she felt a slight stirring of guilt that she, too, had stopped thinking of him as a human being as the case had proceeded. The body in the vault, such a strange, contrived scene with the sash and the silver, the unlikelihood of it all, the theatricality, had reduced the corpse almost to a waxwork figure in her mind, the centerpiece of a strange conundrum.
I think this could be going back to what Strike had talked about at the beginning, how the missing men don't pull on the heartstrings as much. But at the same time, I have to imagine that you would have to think this way. You'd have to compartmentalize in order to just function when you're working on a case like this.
Plus the fact they don't actually know who the victim is, right?
Yes,
because normally
that's very true.
They would be learning like the little details about the dead person that keep their humanity with Margot, right?
Yeah.
But in this case, they don't actually know which of the people they're investigating is the body in the vault. So there's no connection of those humanizing details to this corpse, if that makes sense, because they don't know which person they're connecting it to. Yeah.
It makes perfect sense. All right. Do we have any clues or updates or leads or any case information that happens in this chapter?
Well, I'll say this, that even though they don't talk about this yet, Strike and Robin are totally in sync mentally. The bit about the footprint under the body, as well as the undercover NCA guy, they don't even have to say it out loud to be completely on the same page, professionally speaking.
Yes, and please let it be unprofessionally speaking soon, too.
Please
Thank you.
and thank you. And also, the narrative continuing to reference Schenker with regard to the police really has me worried for him. I think we've mentioned it before, but the more it
Yeah.
comes up, the more I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I think there's plenty of reason to be concerned. It's just
Mhm.
mentioned so much.
I've been wondering if he might be killed by a corrupt cop or in some kind of altercation with the cops, because he always believed his cousin died that way, foreshadowing. And I think there's a big incompetent police or corrupt police thing coming up. I don't know.
I've been worried that he's going to be killed for his association with
Association.
Strike
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
somebody thinking that he said something to him. Yeah. We don't have very good hopes for Schenker.
No, he seems to be marked for death.
Yeah. Well, listen, I think I had argued this a long time ago, but he was introduced the same way that Sirius was introduced. He was mentioned very briefly in the first book, and then we got all this backstory and met him in the third. I'm just saying.
Strike being right about pissing people off at the Met will always be amusing. They really should learn to listen to him more often. And you'd think they'd have learned their lesson.
It's been happening since book one.
He has been showing them up for 7 years. I really do think that relations with the Met are going to be at an all-time low in Sleep Tight Evangeline. And they were pretty low in this book, but I think it's going to get worse because I think it was building up to a real problem for the agency.
Well, that'll be great.
Yeah, I think Murphy might try to make trouble for them once he's been dumped by Robin.
That would
I
be
think he'll
fantastic
because
because
actively gunning for the agency from
it would
within.
be so good because that would unify Strike and Robin so hard.
Oh, and you know they'd take him down too, right?
Oh,
I
yeah,
know.
fuck
It would
this
be
guy.
so satisfying.
Amazing.
And then Robin can stop feeling guilty because he's an
I
asshole.
know. Yes.
I feel like we know without knowing that when Kim was talking about getting her contact drunk, that she was also probably trying to get laid at the same time.
I have no
Double
doubt
duty.
that she slept
Yeah.
with this guy. I mean, is that wrong?
No,
I don't
But
think so.
even just in order to get information,
yeah.
Knowing what we know about
100%.
Kim,
Yeah.
100%.
Honestly, when she said she'd been working on him for weeks,
Yeah,
I
I know.
assumed that what was actually happening was that she'd been hooking up with him
Mhm.
and then recently had the bright idea to ask him for the crime scene photos.
I thought she did it intentionally.
Possibly also that.
It's a good thing that we already know McGee's name because saying a delivery driver's name is McGee or something isn't super specific. It's like the Athorn, Appleton, whatever mix up from Troubled Blood.
Kim is really, she's not coming off in the best light here because even Murphy gives better and more detailed information about this whole journey that the car makes than Kim does. Murphy. When your abilities as a detective and relayer of information are being outclassed by Ryan Murphy, I think it's a bad sign.
Joe specifically had her say or something and get a couple of like I don't knows in there for a reason.
Somewhere in the
Mhm.
car.
Yeah.
Yeah. Clearly, Kim's only actual value is that she can persuade a guy she's sleeping with to leak some photos. Like she's got nothing else to bring to the table as a detective because she's not doing anything useful here.
Yeah.
She speculates about one thing in this whole conversation. She says that blood must have started pooling in the lower body before he was mutilated, which Strike noticed just by looking at the pictures. So it's
I
not
was like,
even
well,
useful.
yeah, you don't even have
Yeah.
to.
But she
I could
says,
tell you that.
she says maybe that was deliberate. Maybe they didn't want blood seeping out under the vault door. Thing is, she was wrong. It was because the body was laying there for a long time because Griff's had to leave and then come back.
Yeah.
Her speculation was wrong. So actually, this is a really important clue that there was a length of time between death and mutilation. And Kim's speculation is entirely incorrect. Also, for someone who just accused Midge of being sloppy, I think that Kim herself is pretty slapdash about the details when she's sharing what she does know, because she said or something, not just once. She said it multiple times.
Yeah.
She's not a good detective.
And it also shows that she doesn't really care.
She doesn't
Because
really
if
care.
she cared, she would have asked those questions.
Exactly. She doesn't care.
Kim saying that Strike would know why a particular street was relevant was such blatant ass kissing. Like, get out of here. It's just shameless.
It's embarrassing.
It is embarrassing. I don't know if there's a chapter that she's in where she's not embarrassing herself.
I don't think there is.
Just showing her ass every single time.
Literally, too.
The chapter ends with Kim wanting a private word and my heart sinking the entire time for what this
Grab and
is.
just say no.
Ugh.
Be like, no, I'm good.
I'll
Say in
just
front of
stay
me.
here.
What if that happens in the next book where someone asks him for a private word and he says, no, you can say it in front of her? That would be good.
Love that. Maybe when she tells him, she's like, hey, she'll probably yell at him at some point about not being honest or hiding things.
Mhm.
And he'll be like, okay, Well, then, guess who's going to know everything from now on?
Yeah. He's going to text her, I'm going to the bathroom now.
Super honest, super transparent. Yeah.
I'm going to go get lunch. I ate. Da, da, da.
Yeah.
Robin's reaction to being asked to leave when Kim wants a private word with Strike makes me laugh absolutely every single time because of how it's described. When it says, Robin was surprised to find her hackles could rise any higher, but as it turned out, they still had plenty of room to elevate.
It's so good. Yeah.
It is. It is. I would love for this to happen again and for Strike to not only notice, but call her out on it in like a spirit of mischievousness like he's done before.
Oh, I love
That would
when
be
he's
so cute.
mischievous. I would love for you to paint a picture of this for me, Ken's. Like,
Oh, gosh.
how would it
Just,
go
like,
down? Just any.
Jealous?
Yes, jealousy.
Yeah.
I want him to ask her if
Exactly.
she's jealous.
That'd be
Yep,
so
I
cute.
want it
Because it would be
teasing, so cute.
flirty.
it
Yeah.
would.
And then he could follow up with, you have no reason to
Oh
be
my-
jealous, believe me.
Yeah.
Gosh, yes, please.
Yeah.
Oh my
Uh,
God. Yes.
my God.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I had much the same reaction to what Kim said when Strike finds out that Biju's being followed on Humboldt's instruction by Farah Navabi. Just, buckle up, folks.
Why?
This is going to be fun.
I think we all remember the full meltdown I had. Even
Yeah.
though I did know deep down it wouldn't be true, but the meltdown was had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But okay, let's just prepare for going into this next set of chapters. I've done
Oh, yeah.
I've done the notes for them already. It was not as bad as I thought it was going
Nice.
to be revisiting it, especially now knowing what we know.
Yeah.
A lot of it reads as just kind of funny. Well, not funny, but it's ironic.
Yes.
And it's all such huge setup for the amazing opposite feeling that we're going to get. Just think of how hard these chapters were. We're going to get the opposite of these things. It's going to be fantastic. And I think thinking about that is just really made it a lot easier to get through.
So you know what's really funny? When I was adjusting the schedule and everything, apparently the episode that's going to be coming out on New Year's Eve is the dog bite.
Oh,
Nice.
So the
Great.
imperfect
That's a
best
treat.
friend, we get to ring in the new year with Strike being her imperfect best friend. I was like, I hope we don't have to change anything between now and December.
I know. I know.
So partners
So
chat.
what's going on? Partners
Partners
chat.
chat. I've injured my knee,
Oh
my
no.
right knee. So
I'm
I've been
sorry.
hobbling around. I
The
know.
matter of fact way that
I
you said that
know.
was very funny. I've injured my knee.
I've
And you
injured my knee.
waited and like to announce it during the partners chat.
I know.
This
Well,
is the first that
I've
we're
only-
hearing of
this
this.
only
I
happened
know.
last night.
It was
This
good
only
news.
happened last night. But I've been seriously hobbling. And I'm not going to seek medical attention.
Oh gosh. You know what
Why
I'm
would I do that?
imagining? You know that line where Strike thinks about Joan and at a certain age women share their
Yeah.
health. Yeah, that's what just happened.
That's our partners chat.
Yeah.
We're of a certain age now. It's time
Of
for
a
the health
certain
complaints to
age.
start.
Yep.
So I've been hobbling around and feeling very connected to Strike, like
Oh
method
my- yeah.
podcasting.
Yeah, yeah,
like I can't
Method
why this house is not set up for someone who has one functioning leg. And I know my situation is not severe because it's probably going to be fine in a couple
Yeah,
days. But
yeah. Well, I
yeah.
hope it's fine. I was listening to a podcast yesterday while I was sorting through pictures.
yeah,
It's called Betrayal. I don't think this is a podcast for you, Pools. I
no,
think it would make you so angry all the time.
probably. And
Yeah,
I'm
I
angry
actually,
enough.
yeah, that's true. Just try to search through episodes because I like to find ones that it's a woman doing it just because it feels refreshing and not so
100%.
upsetting, you
Yeah.
know? But one that I listened to yesterday, it was so sad because this woman, she had sworn off dating her whole life. She was not interested. And then she fell in love with this guy
Ugh.
who was an amputee who ran
Okay.
over an IED in Afghanistan. So
Did he turn out to murder her?
no.
Oh, okay.
It's always the person, the victim telling their story.
Oh,
He actually overdosed and died.
Oh.
And then she found out all this horrible stuff about it
Oh.
was all a lie. He didn't have an amputated. She said that he never took off the sock over his prosthetic, but it was a brace and he was lying to her the whole time.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh my God.
I know.
How long ago was this? I'm like, did he
I don't think it was that long ago.
realize how much women love Strike?
Maybe he was a Strike
he
fan. It's like,
this
oh, let
more
me-
connected than we thought.
I think it was just a sympathy thing. There's a lot of
Yeah.
like Munchausen's episodes.
Yeah.
Ugh, Men with Secret, just ugh. Yeah, I don't recommend
I
it for
would
you.
believe, but I would be outraged.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to watch that. However, what I did listen to, were you the one who recommended this to me? British Scandal?
Yes.
Yes. Oh
But
my
have
God.
I listened to it? No.
Well, so what you need to do, I started off with the post office scandal episodes, which I know sounds lame, but I wanted
But
to know
that
what it was
a
about.
huge scandal.
It was huge.
Yeah.
Lindsay,
It was
the
really unfair.
injustice,
Oh no.
but they got justice.
Okay.
But I was so engrossed. The woman's a good storyteller. By halfway through episode 1, I was sat. I actually did extra cleaning.
Ooh, that is how you know a podcast is good.
True.
That's what happened to me with Love Trapped.
It was so good. And now I know, like, I understand the post office scandal, and I'm like
outraged on their behalf.
Yes,
it's so fucked up.
Okay, so you're saying
so
that the
fucked up.
podcast that I recommended, I should listen to.
Yes.
Because I think what happened is I started on an episode, but I kind of lost interest, and then I switched to something else.
Yeah.
And then I completely forgot about it.
Do the post office scandal one.
I will. Speaking of recommendations, can I give 2 book recommendations?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, the third Castle Knoll book came out a few months ago. So those are by Kristen Perrin. I recommended them before. The first one is How to Solve Your Own Murder.
Yes. Yeah.
The second one is How to Seal Your Own Fate. And the third one is, I forget the titles because they're so similar.
It's going to run out of words.
I know. That's what I've always kind of wondered.
Nouns and verbs. I guess there are
I guess there's a lot of
verbs.
The third
how to
one
wash your own car.
The third one is How to Cheat Your Own Death. Okay.
Okay.
And I bought the book when it came out, but it was
how to massage your own ankle. Sorry.
How to heal your own knee.
There you go.
It kind of sat on my desk for a while because, you know, I like these books, but I'm busy and I'm just waiting to get around to it. Okay. So then I was like, oh yes, I have a little bit of time. I just finished a book and then I picked it up. By the end of this third book, I don't know what it is about third books, guys.
They're good. What? Yeah. Okay.
It's everything that we love here as Strike fans. One of the differences I would say is that they are more intertwined.
Yeah.
Because like with Strike, each case is a very separate case, right? These ones I do feel like they're more intertwined, but they're crime fiction. You get 2 crimes basically per book because we're on 2 different timelines because the main character, Annie, is reading about her great aunt's life through her diaries. So there's the crime fiction that we love, but the romance that is developing that I knew was going to start in the first book. Once you see there's a sexy detective who also has a beard, by the way, which is important to note.
Ooh. I like a sexy bearded detective.
We all do. Yeah.
It's true.
And so in the first one, I'm like, oh, this is going to be a thing, right? And by the third one, I am hooked. I am hooked in a way.
Okay.
In a way. I'm hooked in a way. You know,
in a way.
I'm already like, when is the next book coming out? I'm so excited. The ending really set it up for the next mystery.
I've stuck it on my wish list so I don't forget to go back and read the first one.
Yeah. What I told you both when I finished this was that I am willing to bet, and I could be wrong, but who cares? We'll never know. I would be willing to bet that this author, Kristen Perrin, reads Strike. And I don't mean that in a way that it feels so similar kind of.
No, but just that she understands good
storytelling and and development. And she's doing it slowly. She's doing it properly, you know?
Lovely. Okay.
And the love story is really good. There's just certain things that remind me of Strike and Robin.
Cute.
Just little things, but it definitely not in a way that feels like you're reading 50 Shades and obviously this is Twilight. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah.
So I mean that as a huge compliment to her. It's the kind of romance that I always look for in books.
I'm going to wish list this.
Yeah, I really like it. I really like it. Yeah. And then, okay, so here's the other one. I bought this one on Audible on a whim because sometimes they pop up books you might like. It's called 7 Reasons to Murder Your Dinner Guest by K.J. Whittle.
Nice.
I don't need 7 reasons. The fact that they're in my house wanting dinner, I think is
reason enough.
Justifiable.
The reason why I picked it was because it gave me a Clue vibe.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was like, you know, all these strangers come together for a dinner and then people start dying kind of thing.
Yeah, I can see.
Anything that gives me a Clue vibe, I'm going to need to read it because I love that setting.
I get it.
But I was really surprised by how much it wasn't just like, oh, it's kind of like Clue. It's okay. No, it was good. And this is her debut novel. And she has another one coming out. I think it's in October, so I'm really looking forward to that. I was able to guess the killer right away, which normally I would say is annoying. You know, that would be a downside normally for me, but it was still so enjoyable to read and see how it all comes together. And then there were also still some surprises that I wasn't expecting. So I
Yeah,
really liked
okay.
it. I really liked that one.
7 Reasons to Murder Your Dinner Guests?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
KJ Whittle is her name.
Okay.
Those are my book recommendations.
Well, thank you. I'm trying to
Yeah.
read every single day. 'Cause
Okay.
I don't read enough actual books.
Yeah,
So
same.
I'm going to get through my to be read list pretty quick now.
Nice.
Nice.
It's very
Although-
hard for me to sit down and actually read
Yeah.
because of children and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
But I get a lot of audiobook time in just cleaning or baking, or I've been sorting through thousands upon thousands of pictures in the last couple weeks, and I got through some stuff there.
I know that Ken's went to see Olivia Dean.
I did. It was
I
awesome.
saw that.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Is that the one that you were telling us about? Or is that the one that everybody knows and I should know too?
Is she the one with the baby doll dresses I don't like lately?
No, that's Olivia Rodrigo that you're thinking
Okay,
about.
that's who I was
come up
thinking
with a
of.
different first
Yeah.
name.
That's what I was
'Cause,
thinking
like,
of.
I can't
Dean
tell them
is-
apart.
You were
Olivia
just
Dean's
telling
different.
us about her. She's British, right?
I
Yeah.
like her music.
Okay.
Yeah.
I should
Yes.
listen to it. Send me a couple songs.
Yeah. Concert was great. I finished the first Peter Wimsey book,
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
which is great. I enjoyed it
Yeah.
a lot. I'm on the second
Okay.
one now.
Which one is that? These are ones I haven't read. Tell me when you get to the one that I've read.
I'll have to let you know whenever I start Strong Poison. I think that's the one,
Yes.
the first
Yeah.
one that Harriet's in.
Yeah,
Right,
tell me when you get
those
to
ones
that
are
one.
free on Audible.
Yeah. And the first one's pretty short. So if you end up not caring for
Yeah.
it, it's not that big of a time investment. I think it's only
Yeah.
like 4 hours. So
Oh,
yeah.
that's just a day cleaning.
I know. But the second one is, gosh, what is it? Clouds of Witness, I think is the name of the second one.
That's a good title.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So anything else? Any other injuries?
Nothing that you'd
or
be
books?
interested in.
Oh, okay.
No.
TV shows then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Big Brother's back, everybody, and I get more Rick Devens in my life.
Oh,
I love
that's
him.
exciting. We've just finished watching book 2 of the live action Netflix Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Okay.
And I gotta say, I'm getting my hopes up
That they're
That
going
they
to
might-
change.
that they're actually going to change this and make Zutara happen as it should have always happened because it's the better narrative. And
Oh no, you're going to be disappointed, aren't you?
no, but they have been making changes that don't make sense unless
Okay.
they're going to make this happen. They
Okay.
made the
Changing
painted
the
lady
end
and the blue
game.
spirit fight side by side in Ba Sing Se.
Okay.
Yes, we know there's no war in Ba Sing Se, but
I saw a clip of some lady doing the whole "there is no war in Ba Sing Se" thing, and it's just like, she
Was
looks
it- yeah, in the
progressively
show,
more terrified.
it was really good.
I have
It
a
was
question.
genuinely really good, Kens. You should watch it.
I have a
Should.
question. Is there
Yeah.
anything similar between Avatar the movie with the blue people and what you guys are talking
No,
about?
different
Okay.
things.
totally different. Though,
Okay.
if you ever need something for the kids to watch, Avatar: The Last Airbender is a genuinely good kids show.
100% really good. Jack would like it, and he would love Zuko, I'm sure.
I just sent the link in our group chat. I played the demo for that game. It's Disney Epic Mickey rebrushed.
Okay.
I think even you would like playing it. It's super fun. It's like a little platforming game where you interact with the world and like splatter paint on stuff to
Cute.
make stuff appear and then thinner
Ooh.
in order to take it away,
Ooh.
and you solve puzzles.
Oh my
and
gosh,
stuff.
it's Disneyland. There's the Walt statue, the partner statue. No, it's not. That's Oswald.
It was really fun. I enjoyed playing it. I've been
Oh.
meaning to recommend it to you,
Yes,
but
thank you.
yeah,
I'm going to put that on Jack's wish list for his birthday.
there's a free demo if he ever wants to
Oh,
try it and see
yeah.
whether or not he likes
He's
it.
been looking for more games because did I tell you guys that we lost basically all of his games? The physical copy. Yeah, we took him to Big Bear and we left them in the cabin somehow.
Oh, that
And then-
sucks.
They couldn't find. He was actually really good about it.
Wow. Yeah, I wouldn't have been.
I know. He was actually
Holy
really good
shit.
about it. I think because the
Wow.
main one he played was like on download.
Yeah.
But yesterday when he
Okay.
was still recovering from a stomach virus, he wanted to play one of the games he lost.
Aw.
And so David went and did like a pickup from Walmart to get it. It's just like a Cars 3 racing game, but
This is what he wanted to play.
yeah. I know. I feel
Aw.
so bad. I
Poor
didn't even know
guy.
that they brought them.
That's really
Well,
sad.
if you keep an eye out for like used copies, they can be pretty cheap if they're physical copies.
Yeah, maybe. All right. What are we doing next time?
All right, next time we are doing chapters 48 through 51. So that's the beginning of the Bijou baby drama. Strike and Robin meet with Decima and they argue about keeping the case. So a little emotionally rough, but I think that we're gonna make it positive.
I think that if Bijou's baby was Strike's, she would have been a lot bigger.
Yeah, exactly.
And a lot hairier.
Yeah, definitely. That'll do it for this episode. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoy what you've heard, don't forget to follow us on social media. We're on Twitter, Instagram, and Tumblr at the SE Files Pod. You can also contact us on our website at thesefilespod.com or email us directly at sefilespodcast@gmail.com. Thank you so much again for listening, and we hope to catch you next time for another episode of the Strike and Ellicott Files.